Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Squad Ops Saturday event. This is Session 2, and tonight we bring to you Operation Broken Crossbow. Should be an exciting round. First session I was unfortunately not a part of, but I heard it went really well. I am your commentator for the Evening Shadow Ritual, joined by Beaker. How's it going, Beaker?
Hey, it's going pretty well. Yeah, the first session today went pretty well. I think you guys are going to be excited by what happens today.
So, just a quick rundown of what this op is. This op is named Broken Arrow. It was created by XBit, and the objective of the op is the British are moving to link up with a patrol that is dropped inside the Al Basra city. And they have a secondary objective. You see these, they're like red triangles. The INS have placed down 2 anti-aircraft guns on those buildings, on one of those buildings, or on 2 of those buildings, I should say. And so the INS are tasked with disrupting the British as they move into this area to recover the British patrol. And they need to take out the anti-air, so that way they can get quote-unquote air support. That's basically the op right there, and I love it because we have the British. This is what, our second British op? No, maybe our third British op.
It's probably our 4th.
Really? Wow.
Last night we ran.
Oh, that was an ops test.
Yeah, we ran Pyramid, but it had British. It was British versus U.S. It was on the War Games Camdish map.
Yeah, so let's go over loadouts really quick. So for British, they have 2 automatic riflemen, 1 light anti-tank, 1 medic per squad. And for the platoon, they get 2 medium machine guns. For their vehicles, they get 2 warriors and 2 trans trucks. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use those warriors, especially if they're going to decide to bring them into the town or not. I wouldn't. They shouldn't, especially since
absolutely not.
If they get that hat up high, it's just going to be devastating. Alright, I just flew over there to make sure they didn't get they hadn't started the brief. The INS get 2 automatic riflemen, 1 light anti-tank, 1 raider, 1 medic per squad. And for the platoon, they get 1 heavy anti-tank and 4 scouts. And the distinction there is if he had done 1 scout per squad, it would have to be 1 scout per squad. But when he just adds the distinction of for the platoon they get 4 scouts, their platoon leader has the choice of putting all 4 scouts into a single squad, and therefore making communication just a little bit easier. And for vehicles, they get 1 SPG techie, either the armored or the unarmored. We'll see which they decide to go. 5 motorcycles, 2 lodges with 500 build, 500 ammo each, and for their anti-aircraft buildings, they get 1 ZSU per building, and no defensive structures. They just got to go put the ZSU on the roof to sort of mark that they have that. So let's go over commands. For the British, we've got in the 8th slot, we all joined before him, command Best Pony, with squad leads Dwarf, Brissinger, Bird Person, and Evan. So a lot of experienced squad leads on this side. I haven't seen Brissinger in a while, but he has squad lead several times, so should see some good stuff out of him. For the INS, we've got command Jack, with squad leads Kennett, Sphinx, Expit, and Stormfront. So 2 very experienced commands, Pony versus Jack. We actually haven't seen this matchup in a bit. It tends to be like Rose Dragon and Stormfront, or Stormfront and Expit and things like that. So it's good to see a Best Pony Jack face off. And their squad leads also very experienced. They've got Expit in the squad lead, Stormfront super consistent, Sphinx and Kennett are relatively new, but they can pull their own weights. They're no slouches at this point. They're all upwards of the 10 up. And I think US is starting their brief. It looks like they're lining up for their brief. Let's go ahead and zoom in here and see if we can catch this.
You're getting a little better, but you should continue to fix it.
These are robots.
Still broken.
300 pay.
No. Stop with the donkey midget.
I think Best Pony having a little bit of an internet connection.
I think so.
Okay, we're good. We're all good. He stopped his torrents. It's all good, people. Okay, so now back to the plan. Now in this operation, unfortunately, some rich little shit managed to get himself wounded in the middle of Al Basra, And our patrol squad found them, so that's the good news. The bad news is now they're stuck down there, and we have to go get them. It's obviously less than ideal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these beautiful FV-501 Warrior infantry fighting vehicles and these beautiful transport trucks. We are going to drive from here around kind of like the desert, and then we're going to cross the bridge in the village, and then we're going to, we're take a little right down the dirt road, and then we're going to follow the dirt road until we hit the first T intersection. Then the Warrior should be able to see whether they have a nasty, nasty anti-aircraft battery up there on top of the Oasis Hotel. And if they don't, we keep driving and dismount all of you at the next T intersection in Echo 8, okay? And then, we dismount all these infantry, and you guys all just gonna push in a big line from north to south, probably with Dorf's guys up on the north, Bird Person's down in the south, and Evans in the middle. You just, kind of push in. Dorf goes and secures the courtyard area. Bird Person goes and secures kind of these buildings here and these buildings here. And Evans people, they help reinforce Prisoner and Company, and they all secure these buildings here. The Warriors will be able to provide direct combat support. At least one of them is literally just kind of follow you in. Whoop, that's not the right marker. Hold on. Almost there. There we go. At least one of them is going to follow you guys right in. Alright, follow you right in. And then, it'll help shoot in certain side of the buildings and such. The other warrior is going to go swing around the south, and it's going to run right over this particular little spot where it can look down upon the insurgents, and as they try to cross the road to get to us, slaughter them all mercilessly, essentially cutting off our HVT and our friendly forces from the enemy. The utility of this is basically once we cut the city in half with that warrior, the insurgents only come at us who are already on the correct side of that main road. Because if they don't, the warrior will just kill them. So after that, just kind of sit and wait. We could go after the anti-aircraft guns and try to end things early, but one, that means we don't get to kill everyone, and I want to kill everyone so I can rub it in Jack's face. And two, well, it involves risking all of your lives, which frankly is just ridiculous. We could just sit there and make them come to us and kill them all. Thoughts, questions, concerns, comments? Anyone?
Are traps gay?
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
Don't ask for that again.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone? Cool. So we all kind of understand the intent. Go get the HVT, guard the HVT, shoot all the insurgents as they try and come get the HVT back. Yeah? Cool. Alright, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and say it's time to go get in the vehicles, and then we'll just, let the event admins know that we're ready for live. We'll see you on the field of battle, and if everything goes well, we won't take any casualties.
Alright, so classic Pony Pimp plan. He plans out everything he can possibly plan out, because that is how he is.
What about the little shit that got us
But should be exciting. I'm trying to get my zoom fixed right. So let's go ahead and fly over to Al-Bazr. That is their plan is to basically skirt along the west side of the map, west side of the village on the outskirts, and then push into Oasis and collect their high-value target that is in south side of Courtyard, which we're going to fly towards right about now. And the cool thing about the high-value target is he's an actual... Ooh, wow. I'm going all over the place. He's an actual, like, he can't actually talk. Like, his objective is just, like, moan and stand there. He's one of our staff members. Oh, look, there's the rest of the passenger squad. And he's injured. So, he gets to sit here and play the high-value target Atomic Peach. Thank you for that. Live being called at 1:35.
1 minute to go.
Yep, 1 minute to go. And let's go look at the INS AA positions. If you see, I love these AA guns. I don't see them enough just because they're so like niche right now. But once we get helicopters in the game, we're definitely going to be seeing these a lot more. And those are their positions. I like where the INS put these. They're not super susceptible to long-range warrior fire. which I think is exactly what Pony's plan was, right? He wanted to try and pick off some of these AA guns from range. And the only way to really do that is to come in from the north, and that'll tell that is not the best approach for where their high value target is.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I think the position of the AA guns, it's good. I mean, they're going to be able to see them, and it's just going to be a question of, I guess, people really taking care to scan all the rooftops for these as we go live.
Yeah, and we're live. I don't think the AA would have depression when it's close up, but for where some of these are positioned, if the warrior's out far enough, I would think that the AA would be able to lay down some fire.
Yeah, I think that's what these are designed for. These are designed for long-range engagement. However, with no optics, you're going to be sort of throwing a bunch of ammo downrange. You're going to just cross your fingers and hope it didn't spread too far.
Yeah, you're going to want at least one of the scouts or some squad lead up there with some binoculars.
So, infantry, you're just going to be going straight to
INS has started. Let's go check out which kind of SPG
Hey, Evan, we're gonna need an
INS chose. I personally think I would go with the unarmored techie, just because the up armored techie you're so slow, and with a warrior it doesn't matter how much armor you have, you're gonna die.
Hey, Pony.
And I would just like to get around. It looks like they went with the armored tech or the armored SPG techie.
I kind of need them to fill out our line. So, are you 100%?
Yeah, these guys, the INS are moving 2 motorcycles and the up-armored SPG techie way out to the east.
Yeah,
this
almost
far
where
west
it's not
side. This could be a
useful.
problem because, I mean, the British forces are coming straight down. However, they're going to go to the highway, so maybe they'll take their eyes off looking at these guys at the map order. Looks like flat units on the back of these motorcycles with maybe a scout driving the motorcycle. And here we go.
Doesn't look like they're going with V-beds at all. They're moving in position. No turret is facing that direction. Actually, strike that. One of the warrior turrets is facing the south.
They had to have heard those motorcycles. They give off pretty distinct audio.
I don't know. They hear it. They hear the motorcycle. Yeah, Pony's calling out the motorcycle. I would think it'd be really hard to hear over the warrior. One of the warriors is parked, not looking the right direction.
Alright, and
I think the SPG see it. SPG truck he hit. Tech has stopped, and he's not looking at the bridge where the warrior has crossed, and now it's in
That's
cover.
his opportunity. Yep, missed opportunity there for the warrior. They may try it again. They're about to peek out in the open. Oh, they may be going for a transport truck. No, they still don't have the angle here. There's too much what's the word? Defilade. Too many hills around. Looks like the SPGs are content to stick there and let their Brits commit to the city before seeing in.
Yeah, that SPG techie basically drove backwards for a good 10 seconds and just run over. They ran over a motorcycle. Everyone's okay.
They hear the techie. Dwarf is calling. He hears the techie, and he probably does.
Well, the techie has found itself a little hill.
Warriors keep advancing, infantry will keep moving.
Observer mode is awesome. Well, thank you, JTech. We actually have a couple on the ground cameras as well. We'll be switching between some of those as the op goes on.
SPG techie, we have the hat unit right here in the red shirt with the bandana or the backwards cap. That tandem warhead right there can one-shot most vehicles in the game. However, a directly front hit on the warrior may not instantly kill it.
Looks like the British platoon has dismounted. Looks like they're going to move in from here and just have the warriors provide cover. Evan's getting told to bring up the warrior that's in the far west, but in all honesty, that's rear security right there. That's appropriate, especially since they've heard the techie. They know there's a techie out there somewhere to the west. Like, I would definitely leave this out here scanning.
The hat and his squad leader here seem to want to peek out and see if they can take a shot on. The hat has a pretty low effective range. That heavy warhead can really only be fired for 200 meters max, and even then, you're really praying.
150 is pushing it like that. I would say. I'm going to do my best to make Wednesday up. That's awesome, Viper. So for those of you who don't know, the very first Wednesday of the month is an open op. You do not need our SOTT basic course to participate. So if you're interested in squad ops, or you just don't have time to take the basic course just yet, check out that Wednesday op. See if you can sign up before it fills up. It does tend to fill up pretty quick, so you're going to need to keep an eye on the website.
Evan, tell Sugar to pay to...
The hat in his SL with the binocs, they're looking around for what they missed. I haven't even taken a look at the map yet to see if anyone's in the village out here in the west. But so far, he's got his hat guy, and he's walking around with the binocs up. He's looking for trouble.
JTech, what time is the Wednesday up? Check out the calendar at squadops.gg, and the time will be in your local time. That way I don't screw anything up. British are making consistent progress into Al-Basra. The SPG team doesn't look like they're moving too much. Let's go check out what the INS are actually doing on the east. They're not anywhere near the high value targets. The INS seem content to. They have there's a four-way intersection near Courtyard, and they are content locking down these buildings. And this commands basically every direction that they can come into the city from. So I can understand that they're not too anxious to push out.
Just Dorf's guys will be really exposed if they keep doing ANHMLs on the whole side of gas.
Squad 1, can I get you to actually sweep south of Courtyard, please? With one fire team and one fire team sweep north of Courtyard across the road. That area, please.
Yeah,
on the IRS? We already cleared it.
They've actually already spotted one of the AA guns, and it's actually on the camera we're on now. Expit, his squad is watching this northeast AA gun. It was called out Golf 882, and it's not exactly right, but they're generally correct. And he's happy that that's nowhere near them. The British have entered Oasis for the most part. They've hit the wall, and they're starting to clear.
The armored technical is being moved up.
Yeah, and it looks like the Warriors are starting to fire.
Alright, no need to clear all these links. We're just gonna try and push through towards the edge. Copy.
Oh, look at this long range fire from the what is he even shooting at? What can he? Oh, so he really does see the AA.
Yeah, the optics on those warriors are pretty strong.
Yeah, this is no joke. It's quite a shot, and it looks like that AA gun is destroyed. No casualties? Yeah, no casualties just yet.
Now, the thing about the AA guns is if you destroy them, INS can rebuild that position. You have to destroy the base of the gun. So it's like a two-stage sort of model. The first stage is where it's got the base plate and the tires, and it's like the trailer bit. The second stage is where the seat, where the actual ZSU guns and the where you can mount into it and fire some rounds off. That's the stage that gets destroyed by the long-range fire.
SPG's on the move with his Mad Max band of motorcycles. Warriors not looking.
Yet this SPG tech here, they're moving around. Pretty sure they got some sort of command because they all packed up and moved pretty quick here.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they're going for the warrior that's actually fired. They're hitting the south of the highway, and it looks like they're about to see this warrior that's near Fringe.
Well, the warrior is The warrior, you can
He's
barely
looking.
see it on
Warrior's-
the distance there.
Warrior was turning.
You can't not hear those the motorcycles. That's the problem with using this. Is the motorcycles have distinct sounds. You can hear them much further away because it's a different signature entirely. And
SPG's in position. They see it.
SPG has stopped. They can't see it because of the hill where the highway is. So they're in depression.
From where I'm at, it kind of looks like they saw him for a split second. They stopped. They tried to get up.
Yeah, it's because there's these hills, and the SPG techie, the up armor techie, does carry a little bit. If they go up this hill, they're going to be
Warrior's
using
turned around.
the Bradley
They
or
see
the
it.
Warrior.
Warrior sees it already. Too late. This thing's
He's
about
taking
dead.
damage.
Oh, I got shot by both Warriors. Yeah, he walked right into the crossfire of both Warriors, and they go down.
And that is 5, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think the hat was part of that group.
It looked like there were 3 bodies in that. Yeah, no. Hat's still alive. They lost a medic, a scout. Yeah, I think only those 2 were the ones who died. Medic and a scout.
This is one of the LAT and one of the motorcycle runners. I'm pretty sure that guy is a raider. The LAT here, this is one of the new LATs that got added in V11. Noted he has a SKS and not an AK, because this is a LAT you can take from the squad level and not fire support, which means squads of 5 or less people. Oh, he's loaded AT because he hears those tracks. And they're gonna. Maybe that guy's a crewman. He's got binocs. Maybe he's a scout.
Something like that. I'm a little nervous for my basic because I've only done medic on squad, but I'm so comfortable with it because I was medic on. Yeah, don't be nervous, Viper. Our basic is actually not difficult at all. It's a majority of just getting people on the same page, so it may have information that you already know, but we still require everybody to take it, just so everybody sort of knows the same terminology and things like that. We do have our advanced weapons system SOTT and our vehicle SOTT, which goes into a little more detail on those extra kits. But none of those are required to actually participate in ops. They're just recommended, so that way you know a lot of the squad leads will give priority to the people who have taken those trainings when they're handing out those extra kits.
The remainder of this of the flanking techie squad, they have a LAT and the hat is still up. They're moving through south side of the main British push. They're trying to put a rocket in the back of this Warrior, and they're getting pretty close actually. They're within 100 meters of the Warrior.
Who's that? Squad 3, Mr. Timmons, Wolfie, Turtle Guy. They take a shot and it's low.
The LAT 18 hits.
It hits? Oh, it looked like it was way low.
I thought.
No, it was low, or else this thing would have blown up. Yeah, I think the Warrior would have blown up on a hit like that. Second shot goes out.
That was from the hat. That might have been the tandem.
And Warrior knows their position. See that Ghostly goes down, left with Turtle Guy, Wolfie, Mr. Timmons, or M. Timmons. So.
Command, this is 2. We're on our defensive pause here. All clear on the south.
Turtle Guy, Wolfie, M. Timmons are they're locked down and they're out of at least two rockets. So we'll see what they can do to recover from this. Something else gets blown up. What else got blown up? It wasn't a Warrior. I think it was a motorcycle.
Hey, can you support us?
Yeah, I seen the medics and revive only.
We'll stay here. You
can't revive here. You can only heal on our 1 life offensive. Once you go down, you are down. But medics are still super important just because being at full health and knowing you can at least get shot once, it definitely helps you in these operations. Wolfie and friends are going to pull out of here. They're not going to try and deal with those warriors, especially at range. Once they've got their front armor facing you, there's no way you're going to get a kill on them. Just they're so armored. You need to be very you have to volley it off essentially. And with them being 2 rockets down, I don't think they have the I don't want to say technology, the equipment to deal with this. They just need to pull out.
Meanwhile, the British push going pretty well by all accounts. They got a couple squads plus near the vicinity of Courtyard. INS have 2 squads in the big multi-stories along the major intersection in the middle of Al-Basra with the 4x4 intersection. And
I think essentially the British push is done because their objective is to secure their high-value target, Atomic Peach. Atomic Peach is their high-value target, and he is secured. The British have they've locked down almost all buildings completely surrounding them, and they've got a slight OP, small OP with Squad 4 to the north, almost in Courtyard, and they're content to let the INS push towards them. I think that's sort of what I'm getting from them.
I think Squad 4's role as a flanking sort of like maybe like a screening force, because that allows them to have more access to eyes on positions where INS could be trying to run around from. As the ID goes off. Oh, it took out. It hit a warrior.
It hit it and it blew it up. Warrior goes down. That IED bike takes it out. Sugar in pain. SOL now. Great IED bike. Unfortunate that we missed it. Did he drive up on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The bike is here. That was a suicide bike.
I think it was a stationary. I think it was stationary and engines off at the last minute.
Close. Okay.
I think the bike was left here at this building to the south of the road, and they just ran back and got it. And because they still had a scout, the techie squad still had a scout up, they just VBIED'd it.
Yeah, unfortunate they lost a warrior, but to be fair, the warrior has not done too much at this point. It just can't get in where the British are right now, so he's forced to just sort of float around the outside of Al-Basra and hope he doesn't get shot. He's already dodged a couple shots. This was Evans. Yeah, Evans' vehicle's already dodged a couple shots, so he must be feeling pretty good about himself. Sugar and Pain, unfortunately, do lose their warrior. And the British are just waiting out the INS, it looks like. Jack's not getting his guys to clear any of these buildings. Or to move out of these buildings, I should say. And they're just laying down long-range fire. It's all, this is about 150, 200-meter engagements at this point, and the British are up just a couple kills, about 3 kills. So still anybody's game, but with the British superior weapons here, they've got, I don't think there's a single kit that British have that doesn't have a bipod.
I'm pretty sure most of them do.
Yeah, every single one of these kits have a bipod, so they can get set up. They're gonna have the stability to fight at long range while the INS are forced to peek windows and take unfavorable trades. Yeah, you can't talk in-game after you die, JTech. Once you die, you can unmute in the Discord channel that you join for the events, and you can talk in there, but you can't talk after you die. And we're not concerned about stream typing. This is all about the experience, not about winning or losing. It's just about having. Yeah, and it is actually way less practical than you think to stream snipe. Somebody gets shot. Cookie Jar gets shot. See, taking these unfavorable trades, they're just not able to take the British fire. So it looks like Stormfront Squad is gonna hold this building at Courtyard, and whose squad is this? It's Crispy, I believe, is the squad lead there. Xbit Squad 2 is going to there's Xbit, is going to move to flank, and Tony picked a pretty good spot to move in from, or to hold, because it's forcing the INS to cross that central street of Al-Basra.
Yeah. If they get eyes on that central street, you see they're using a bunch of smokes to try to cover their advance here. They have to, because it's wide open.
Yeah,
even then, they cross these side streets, and the way that Pony's platoon is laid out right now, they have a lot of visibility in those side streets just from the buildings they're holding, like, 100, 150 meters away from the main highway.
So Turtle Guy and Wolfie managed to cross the street from the south and they're close. They're one building apart from the U.S. We'll see if these guys manage to do anything, or if they're more actual scouts and they're just here for the information. But it looks like they're moving to kill. Oh, and they're spotted. Best Pony spots them. Silent spots them.
Best Pony decided not to go get the A's.
And that coverage blown. I thought this was gonna pan out to be so much more. Wolfie and Turtle. They just Silent was looking in the right spot. They have good 360 security, and they weren't able to get snuck up on. Great security on Pony's part. He's only got one guy in his building to sort of hold it, and we'll just get a commander's point of view. What is he looking at?
Expit's fire team here
Wait at 245.
is moved into a building. They start taking shots on British positions.
See if they're peeking too.
There's rules about that. I don't know.
Stormfront is in a building in courtyard, and his squad is just slowly being picked apart. I've already seen one of his guys go down. It looks like Raider's been shot, so they're slowly just being pecked apart. Expit's guys actually get across the street. That's
A couple more following, but
Revy
Revy sees them.
Oh, Snoopy goes down.
Middle of the road.
Daggling them if they come attack us.
Snoopy goes down as he
Expit
pushes.
trying to cover.
A majority of his squad actually got across, so
Everybody get
all
a
in all,
good
a
spot.
successful
We don't need to push them,
crossing.
just relax
I
a
see 5, 6 across.
The multi-story white, 230.
Yep, one got across, and he's in his own little position here.
Just now taking contact over here to the south, Crossbow.
You can see the outlines of all the British soldiers who are still up, just holding position.
British still
They're
up.
garrisoned in the buildings.
Their objective is complete, technically. The first part of their objective is complete. They've secured their high value target, and now the next part is they just got to defend themselves. They got to wait for evac, which I believe is 45 minutes to an hour. I want to say it's something like that.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen a message about it.
This is pretty hot right down here.
Love the music. Let's see. We're just waiting on Expit's guys to make a move. Is there any of the rest of the INS look like they're moving? Not particularly. They've got a fire team of Squad 1 to the north, but for the most part, Expit's guys are the guys who are in the action.
Pony's gone. What was the chain again?
Orders 1, 2, 3, 4. Evan, you're in command.
I don't see the advantage of speaking locally. Seems like you give your position away. Is it mandatory to use local over squad chat? JTech, if you're thinking that the INS can hear you, they actually can't. They don't have that implemented, and it's for that same reason. They don't want to make people use a third-party system just because it gives them a tactical advantage. So for the time being, the INS, like if you're on the enemy team, you can't be heard. But most squad leads prefer that you keep most chatter to local, just because they're listening to 3 channels. They're listening to the command channel, they're listening to the squad channel, and they're listening to the local. So it can get a little crazy if you're shouting information that's not relevant to the full squad over local or over squad, when you could just relay that to your fire team lead and let him keep the comms clean. These guys aren't moving yet. Expit's guys, they're just gonna sit there.
Here's our HVT, Atomic Peach, who isn't really moaning right now. Maybe we'll hear him moan in a second.
Somebody poke him.
Speaking of, I'm gonna have to have you badge next time.
But he is the prime target for British forces. The reason why they're here.
Warrior, if you put your original pause, you should be able to get good eyes.
He's pretty well secured inside the basic, inside the cordon that British have, with Brisinger, who's, I think, the squad that was here all along. He's got his squad spread out over a couple of buildings that are adjacent. He's got lawn darts here. The Legend, lawn darts has a AR and... oh, strike that. Yeah, he's got the GPM. That's the AR. Never mind.
Yeah, essentially the high value target is surrounded on all sides by at least a squad and a half of people.
Did we lose a
The closest contact, the closest INS are a few buildings away at the end of the lane.
And the warrior knows what building they're in. He fires a shot, and immediately Shifty gets hit by that high explosive, and he may bleed out if he doesn't bandage quick. I think he'll make it.
So am I shooting at you?
Stoneford Grove is having none of that and is just crawling into cover.
I think he's out of bandages because he just got healed by a teammate.
Yeah, or medic. There's a medic there, so at least
there's
the
a
medic's
medic
got
there.
6 bandages. So
Yeah. This is where Xbit is, and I'm sure he hears the sound of his impending doom. He's even got 2 people out in the courtyard here, using this fence as cover from the UK position in the building diagonally, southwest of them. This can't last very long, though.
yeah, it's only a matter of time. They've already got 1 British moving into position to sort of shoot him from above, and it's Silent. He's gonna see them. Silent's gonna see him. He sees him. Oh no, he doesn't. There's a fence in the way. But Silent knows where these guys are, and he's just gonna wait for them to peek the building.
Yeah,
Well, not a
he
grenade.
sees legs. He's throwing
Underhand's a grenade.
but it's too far and on the other side of the other side of the fence.
Nice try.
He even got hit. He had to bandage there.
What do you get
I
hit
think
by?
someone returned fire.
Alright, I have a spare.
So, Expert Squad is basically stuck until the rest of the INS platoon gets in a position to facilitate the movement through these buildings. Just because
Speaking
once
of
he gets
the-
out in these alleys, he's just gonna get laid out.
Speaking of the rest of the INS platoon, what are these guys still doing in this building? There's a squad's worth, plus looks like maybe command with the AA. Well, of course the AA is down because it got destroyed already. But they haven't moved out of this building.
I
They're
believe
just still here.
Jack is putting too much importance on his secondary objective. The AA, destroying the AA, is a secondary objective for the British, so they don't have to go after it. The point of their mission is they're trying to recover the high value target. Yeah, destroying the AA would allow the British to. What happens if they destroy the AA? Actually, I think they get intel or something.
I don't think so. Here's the motorcycle. Maybe a scout has IED'd it. Oh, it's getting shot at by the warrior. It may have taken a couple of hits there. Surprised it's still intact. Maybe HE rounds and not the AP stuff.
Start backing up.
But the bike is still intact.
Get out. Just start driving. Start driving.
Warrior's
Start driving.
giving chase? Okay, no, Warrior's not giving chase. As he should. He's just gonna put some distance in between himself and that bike. He's not gonna get IED'd like his friends. He's leaving Shughart and Payne to defend that bridge. Expert's guys have still not moved. Stormfront's guys have moved down their building. They're no longer taking up positions on the top floors of their building, and it looks like they're
This
watching
bike
the
may have an
ground.
IED on it.
He's moving like he has an IED on him.
I'm keeping track of him. He's still south of where the known warrior position is.
They're keeping track of the British are keeping track of him as well.
He's coming back up on this bridge.
Shughарт's gonna see him in just a sec. Shughart sees him, takes shots. Oh, why am I going so low? Yeah, Shughart sees
He's
this.
thinking about taking the bridge now. Yeah, here he comes. This is not going to end well for him.
It's ambitious.
He gets through. He's still up.
He's go. Okay. that lasted way longer than it should have, honestly. But the bike is dead. Does it have an IED on it?
I thought it did.
I thought you would see it. I felt like you should see it. We'll see if it explodes.
I thought it was placed on like the end.
Bike down. We're taking fire from the north of my.
What's the high value target do? The high value target sits there and moans. That is what Atomic Peach does. He's just sitting there and waiting to be evac'd.
The warrior moves closer to this bike. Not entirely sure if it had an IED on it, and after it blew up, I'm not sure the IED is still technically considered gone. But it doesn't appear on the map.
Yeah, it doesn't appear on the map. Maybe that changed something. It used to be a bike blow up, you could still blow the IED, but hopefully that's changed. As all of the bike stuff is going down, Expert has actually made some progress. He hasn't lost anybody, but he's managed to take over 2 of the buildings, managing to get 1 building closer to the high value target. But he's still got about 10 British to clear out. Thurman Merman throws a grenade into the top floor of Shifty and Top Bun's building. Doesn't manage to kill anybody with it. And as we say that, Expert goes down. So they just lost their command. Top Bun goes down from Thurman Merman. I don't know who took out Expert. Thurman Merman takes out Top Bun, leaving Jive Gorilla, Crispy, Sinful Grove, and Shifty to their own.
We confirm targets are in F866.
Thurman Merman probably the best move to do something. He's got a 2. I don't know if he's used to it yet or not.
Silent was in that building. I'm unsure why Silent pushed off of it. Pulled off of it to reek up. I think he was just trying to get a higher angle. Stormfront's guys have abandoned the building that they were previously on, and they're trying to make their way towards the British. Slowly but surely. Doesn't look like they've taken too many casualties, but
another INS squad pushes in from the northeast, and they've gotten almost to linked up with Expit's old squad here.
It's a Stormfront squad as they try to push in, but this block that Pony chose is actually pretty easily defendable, just because they got to cross some pretty wide streets.
As a rocket hits a building, I think someone died. I think that might have been lawn darts.
Yeah, Fun Guy takes a shot and takes out one of the British. I just saw his name, but he gave up.
Yeah, I think that was lawn darts over there.
Was that lawn darts?
Yeah, he was an AR in that building. No, lawn darts is still up.
I see two British dead.
Maybe displaced. Yeah, there's a guy dead in the balcony, and
Yeah, Fun Guy is looking, and HML is looking right back.
Do you think if I move the warrior? West, I'd get eyes?
INS needs to move. Jack is still devoting an entire squad to defending that AA gun. I don't know if he's actually been to the roof.
That was quite a shot.
But that AA gun is destroyed.
That was E-Mouse with the 150 meter shot there.
Storm has his squad online with the road. Looks like he's preparing to cross. He's got some smoke developing, but it's not. I don't think this is gonna work.
No, there's that high position across the road, plus further on down the road, all the British positions. They're really only gonna fool. They're not really gonna fool anyone because the positions to the west are a higher elevation. They can see over the smoke.
Yeah, exactly. I think they see the smoke. They're calling the smoke. Might have just been a distraction as they push off. They're not going to try and proceed any more south. They're actually pushing west, it looks like. Stormfront almost takes a burst. And his squad of 6 is now down to a squad of 4, it looks like, as they've gotten pulled apart, or picked apart.
Yeah, they still own a couple multi-stories. Just barely. And it's just basically window-to-window combat right now.
Yeah, this is a
one-life squad in reserve for INS.
Yep, Jack still has a squad in reserve, and he's not even peeking in a way that he could be of any use. Like, he doesn't have any of these automatic riflemen in position to set up on these windows. And they actually haven't even gone up to the roof. I don't believe they've gone up to the roof because they must still think their AA gun is still.
Yeah, I think they just abandoned
intact.
the AA gun.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the warrior over here is keeping an eye on that exact position. He's shooting at something. I think he's trying to ping HE rounds through the windows of where the AA gun is.
He sees. Yeah, they know where the AA. Well, they saw Lil Bump. They saw Lil Bump and Commander. They saw these two, and they're pinging the building that they were just previously in. As Little Bump runs out of the bottom, they must not there anymore. Expert squad without his command is just being whittled down. From 6, now there's 2. Pretty soon 1 as this Crispy tries to cross the street to hook up with Stormfront squad. Is he gonna make it? He makes it.
Hey, we got close contact to the HVT.
Yeah, the warrior is shooting at the building.
Shooting at it.
The building where Expert Squad was holed up in. I think he saw something. I think he saw one of them run out of the door.
It's Crispy and Gark and Turtle Guy. Turtle Guy still? Oh no, he's dead. It's his camera. I was like Turtle Guy. But it's Jive Gorilla, it's Crispy, and Gark hook up with Stormfront squad.
I hit him once. I tagged him.
And that foothold that Expert managed to grab, he grabbed 2 buildings in this block. They've abandoned them. There's no longer any INS in the area.
You want us to pull up?
Unfortunate.
Nope,
That was their foothold there. That was how they were gonna get across the street and have some solid cover. And it's really hard. I'm trying to decide how, or try and picture how the INS can go about this. But the crossfire that they
don't have the numbers anymore.
Yeah, they don't have the numbers anymore, and the British just have amazing crossfire from gas station and from buildings across the street from the high value target.
They still have a fire team at the northern AA gun. So they have like a squad-ish around the southern AA gun. They have a fire team at the northern one.
Alright, just pull back to.
They're keeping a squad and a half out of the fight.
Yeah, there's 6 at one AA gun, 4 at another, so essentially a squad. And he's pushing people off. Commander and Low Bump get pushed off of the AA gun, so it looks like going a flanking mission. A long flanking mission. They're going towards alleys, and they're going to try and cross the bridge to the far east. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes. But like he's pulling too many people off, or not enough people off at a time. If he's going to commit to an assault, he's got to get these guys off of that secondary objective. And
I think the warrior's going to see him. Do you guys want to see what a warrior does to infantry? It's going to happen very soon. Wait, they're going to go all the way around alley? What?
Yeah, like they're going.
I thought they were going to cross that middle bridge.
Yeah, no, they're going like the southeast of alleys. Like we'll see them in about 15 minutes.
Oh my God!
While they go for a walk.
I still think someone with a binocs will eventually see them.
Yeah, no, they definitely could have eyes on that bridge. Why are they trusting Evan with a Vic? Arbo, actually, they put their trust in Evan correctly this time. His other warrior actually got destroyed by VBED, and he's done a good job keeping this one safe. As he gets close to this bike, which is, I think, no, that's not a good choice. Even if you did destroy it, I would not get anywhere close to it, just in case.
I mean, it'd be hilarious if it just blew up right now.
A lot of insurgency is still relying on individual gun skill, which diminishes from team play somewhat.
What do you guys think are doing?
A lot of insurgency. You're talking about the insurgents, or like the insurgency game? Oh, the game insurgency.
Running us out of ammo?
Yeah. Okay.
I guess.
Can you tell me what kind of vehicles you can get in squad? Well, Pebbles, this is one of the vehicles. This is the Warrior. It's one of the infantry fighting vehicles for the British. We've got transport trucks. We've got logistic trucks. We've got the Bradleys in the game now. We've got Strikers. We've got MTLBs, both with 30 cals and with 50 cals. They just teased the main battle tanks for the British and the Russians in this last monthly release thing. I forget what it's called. A recap. That's the word. And they look amazing, and they look like a lot of fun. We've got motorcycles, so they've got a handful of vehicles, and like helicopters are going to be in the game. There's a lot of things, a lot of vehicles still being added. British ground-based medevac is inbound. INS must prevent VIP
there has to be
escape.
At least a fire team there.
There they go. That's how they're going to get them to move.
Yep.
Watching on the main road, right?
The timer has begun.
Yeah, so medevac's coming, so.
Wow, live squad as well. Blackford live squad ops. We try and do this every Wednesday and Saturday for most of our ops, as many as we can do. So if you can, if you want to check us out, squadops.gg, you can see when our ops are, and if you can't participate, you can always check us out, twitch.tv/squadops or YouTube.
There we go.
At least someday in the future, helicopters. Yes, someday we will get our helicopters. Someday they'll put in the tanks they teased. I think it's like the second recap that they've teased them, but these look really done at this point. Let's see. Stormfront's guys are they're finally pulling guys off of the objectives, or off of those secondary objectives. So this is gonna be it right here. We're gonna get I give Jack about 5 minutes to maneuver and get his guys in position, and then they're gonna have basically one last hurrah and try and get across the streets.
Meanwhile, those guys that went through alleys, they got a light unit with them.
Are they finally moving? They finally getting close?
I think they're within 200 meters.
Yeah, they've got his little bump is a scout, and commander is the.
Oh man, if they could sneak up and IED this warrior, it'd be great, and they could do it too, because they don't have any rear security. They just have the people that are up on the top, randomly looking up.
On the bridge in Gulf.
Matter of fact, I think they all just mounted in the warrior. I could be wrong. Let's go back over here to the warrior and check, because I don't think they have anyone behind them.
They have
they're all in.
That's allowing Lil Bump and Commander to get into position.
Oh, there's more people trying to get closer. I think this is a distraction, but I don't think... and there's two people with binocs, Sugart and... who's this right here? Payne. Now, the crewman kit gets binocs, so these guys could just be low... Like, they may not be squad leaders, but they're helping their warrior range in some targets here. And now there's some smoke. This is a distraction. Where are these guys at? They're getting closer. They're still within about maybe 150 meters. Check the map. Yeah, maybe 150 meters away. Or, well, no, I'm wrong. No, yeah. Yeah, it's about 150 meters. There are two people.
Still check out our community. You don't have to be an amazing shot or amazing at this game to be a part of the community. You can definitely just check us out, squadops.gg, and we have a link to our Discord. And you can just hang out.
On the road.
These guys are trying to sneak into the water. That's super bad. Oh, the warrior backs up.
Jack's guys are almost in position.
They are now crawling.
Should be good now as Stormfront's guys are in position. To play the events, you have to do basic.
I found the scout.
Yeah, we definitely teach you how to at least participate in our ops. We don't teach you how to like play the game per se, but you need to take our SOTT basic course to participate in our ops, and it just sort of gets everybody on the same page. Make sure, like new or old, it doesn't matter how much experience you have in the game. Even if you have 2,000 hours in the game and you don't have basic, you still need basic to participate in our ops. Just so you understand what we expect out of the people playing, and his basic lingo, line formation, and things.
He's got
like
an angle.
The Bradley is randomly throwing HE. However, Stormfront over here. Stormfront just walked himself straight into a British garrison building. Acid Pantalones and Damien there. Probably responsible for that kill. There's two INS on the west side of the highway. And they're holed up in this building. It's Giant Gorilla and Crispy.
Lil Bump and Commander are near
they're crossing the road.
the warrior.
Yeah, they're getting really close, and
Oh, he's looking. They see him. Little bump gets spotted.
Payne turns around.
I see him.
There goes the scout. They're gonna see. They could. Sugarheart is charging out with a pistol.
He's going for a knife kill. Get that knife kill.
Oh, he's got a pistol out. He switched to his rifle. He's got a knife.
He switched. He's cocky. But Payne ends up getting him. Unfortunate.
Now, if Payne, the LAT has re-engaged Payne, and Payne is now behind a concrete. As the INS attack is now in full force, a full squad crosses the road, catches their command element by surprise. Law Rocket goes out and takes out, I think that's Jive. And now the INS are on the right side of the road, north of their objective. They're trying to maneuver west, using buildings and fences as cover. There's about a whole squad here. I think this was the command element that was in the AA guns.
I believe so. I think they've consolidated both of the AA guns positions, and this is at the bulk.
There's so much. There's so much. The British are so spread out here. They're gonna have to get real lucky and win a bunch of firefights, and not get hit in the process. Matter of fact, they're on gas station. Silas has this locked down from up atop a hill. If they go around this building, they're toast. So they're going to get in this building. They're going to try to fight it out. Dwarf is in his own building over there. He's probably got a better view.
Jack, the INS platoon lead, taking point as is tradition for him. And he may bite him in the butt. Definitely, he should lay low until the rest of his platoon catches up.
And they push a whole squad across when I was looking down.
He's out here by himself, that's for sure.
Yeah, he is. Creeping and Icon get close to him. Not looking good for the INS. That's right, JTech. There was two. The engagements were just too sporadic and too much in favor of the British.
I'm fucking bleeding, so hang on.
Stay down.
No, creeping gets shot. Icon gets shot. Yeah, a lot of these people are going around fences and things like that. Like there's no vaulting, and then as soon as one person vaults, the rest of them start to vault over and get into some solid cover.
Oh yeah, my spacebar does that now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, V10 came out a patch ago.
Repeat that. Sorry, was in contact.
Alright, I'm gonna go prone. Try to cover me. I'm gonna heal you and then get him. I think I got him. I'm not sure.
So Jack is actually okay. No, Jack's alive. He's getting healed up. Luckily, they have a medic. And what's 1, 2, 7 man element spacing. Here. These 7 people are about the only people. I think there's about 2, 3 other other infantrymen around. But for the most part, Jack and the 6 guys near him are all that's left of the INS.
Some blind fire going out where Dwarf tried to pegged the guy and then he got shot in return.
Yeah,
Silas
goes down.
More fire coming in.
Laptop brings up a good point. I'll go ahead and reiterate that. Our very first Wednesday op of the month is open for those of you who do not have basic. As I'm saying that, I'll get back to this. But Jack's guys start to push in. Damien watching the door takes down Jack. Jack Gorilla, violence action continues on through. He ends up getting killed by Steel. He's a little too aggressive with that, but I can respect it, Mr. Steel. Just finish clearing it out. You've got Acid Pantaluna who's here. Okay, that guy, Partisan, didn't even have his gun out while he was running, but Mr. Steel takes out. The building is clear, but at the cost of 3 lives, leaving Peg Leg, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the donation. That helps us with our server costs and everything like that, and we very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, every first Wednesday of the month, yeah, it's once a month, not every Wednesday. Yeah, every first Wednesday of the month is an open op. It used to be you didn't need it for Wednesday ops, but we've grown to the point where we have enough people where we can fill our ops with people who have basic training, and it provides a better experience, we feel, just knowing that everybody's on the same page and everybody sort of understands what's going on. But we still want to provide that open up for people. So it's first Wednesday of the month.
The Warrior snuck around the backside of the INS Advance, and
I see 3 INS left? No, I see 2.
There's not really that many INS left. Yeah, I only see 2 moving.
Kenneth and Mr. Steele. And Kenneth goes down as I say that. So we're left with Mr. Steele.
He's down.
As we say that.
Silas takes him out from the gas station.
There's just no way they could cross his street. There's a very, very well-defended block. The high-value target just could not, or was just in a great position. The Warriors were less than effective, I'd say, but they did their job, at least in deterring the INS. And I feel like it all came down to Jack not committing his forces soon enough. He saw that he was getting picked apart. Stormfront's guys were getting picked apart. Exped's guys had a foothold. Once Exped's guys had that foothold, they should have started maneuvering guys in to push in.
I think there's going to be a little bit of I think there was a little bit of objective misunderstanding there from Jack, because he held that squad back for so long.
He put too much importance on a secondary objective.
Also,
and it was said it was a secondary objective.
Yeah, and also the building that the British held up in with Crossbow. That was some meta right there. The very furthest outside of the zone that it could be.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break with that, guys. Stick around for round 2 as we swap sides. The British will now play the INS, and the INS will play the British, and we'll see what happens for this round 2. If you want to give us a follow, twitch.tv/squadops, or check us out at our website, squadops.gg. During the break, go ahead, and we'll be right back.
All right, gents, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to SOTT Basic. I'm your instructor today. It's Hammering Hutch. You guys can simply just call me Hutch. When we're suppressing an enemy target, the whole intent of that is to keep their heads down so an adjacent unit can maneuver onto them. All right, and during this process, we have a thing that happens automatically and organically within each, either whether it be buddy team or fire team, is there's no lull in the gunfire, thus talking guns. Open fire. Contact front. Alpha, bound. He sees me. I'm down. Bravo, down. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. Alright, Bravo set. Alpha up. He sees me. I'm down. You're now in what is known as a file. You're now in what is known as a staggered column, and usually used when moving from one location to another where contact is imminent. Those are your basic formations that we utilize in squad ops. The SOTT Advanced Weapons Systems course was created to ensure Squad Ops participants share the same knowledge and understanding of the use and applications of mission-specific weapons and the basic tactics involved in their deployment. The Automatic Rifleman. The Automatic Rifleman is the foundation of a fire team and/or squad. The job of the Automatic Rifleman is to deliver a high volume of prolonged, effective suppressing fire on enemy positions to allow the maneuver of friendly units during offensive operations and the repelling of enemy attacks in defensive operations. The Grenadier, a key member of the fire team and squad. The Grenadier is first and foremost a rifleman who is capable of delivering accurate fire of both high explosive and smoke rounds on point and area targets at varying distances. One of the other added benefits of the Grenadier is to engage dead space, which is essentially an area that cannot be hit by direct fires. The Light Anti-Tank Gunner. Soldiers carrying light anti-tank weapons are, just as Grenadiers, riflemen first. They are the ideal infantry-based counter to both lightly armored and thin-skinned vehicles. At short, medium, and far distances, the rockets fired are a viable weapon against groups of infantry as well. The SOTT Advanced Weapons Systems course, although not a requirement, is highly encouraged for Squad Ops participants to join to expand their knowledge of how to utilize the tools that are given to us within Squad.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back for round 2, session 2 of our Saturday Operation Broken Arrow. So the British had an amazing defense, and it was just almost impossible for the INS to push through last round, and it ended up being slightly one-sided for the British. So we'll see what the British plans for are this round. So let's go over commands, and then we'll go ahead and give you a sort of brief overview of the op. For the British this round, we've got Command Jack with squad lead Stormfront, Kennett, Sphinx, and Expert. For the INS, we've got Command Best Pony with squad leads Dwarf, Brissinger, Evan SMA, and Bird Person. So a lot of good stuff from both rounds. I really liked how Expert managed to get that foothold. I'm just sort of disappointed that they didn't manage to exploit it as much as I felt they should have. And great job on Pony's team for just locking down those buildings, not letting the U.S. actually get in and, get a foothold. Or that much of a foothold, I should say. So let's go ahead and go over the mission, the sort of a brief overview of the mission. So the British have a high-value target who is trapped behind enemy lines with a full squad in the Al-Basra area. It's anywhere in that dotted or that blue square. The INS are tasked with going after that high-value target. They have a secondary mission. Each of those like red triangles, they need to have 2 anti-aircraft fobs set up on any of those red. I believe they choose one of the red triangles on the inside of the square and one of the red triangles on the outside of the square. So we should see some. We'll see where they put their A again. They were less than useful first round, right, BCAR? I'd say. I don't even think they fired at all.
I'm sorry, what was that? I tried to watch the HVT there in the spectator cam, and oh boy, he's already started to be uncomfortable.
To play it out. The high value target or the AA fobs were less than useful. I don't even think they fired. They basically just blew up, and then Jack devoted a lot of units to sort of defend the area.
Yeah, they're kind of difficult to position on this map, especially when you got to put them on the edge for their depression, the little that they have to be useful to you. You got to put them on like a lower roof, and I feel like the trade-off there is it may be a little bit easier for infantry to take you off that, but regardless, you're gonna get cut down. You know,
yeah, those warriors have way better range, way better optics. Like it's no contest.
There's no real way to sneak it around, like to sneak it into a building.
We could stay up there. I'll stay down here.
Jack is about to start his British brief, and let's go ahead and listen in for the brief.
How do you have binos? How's the guy in front of me have binos?
Crewman.
Oh, crewman. I was so confused. Okay, cool. Alright, just waiting on my medic. Like, huh. But yeah, it makes sense. Alright. Welcome everyone to the second round of Operation Broken Crossbow. This is a HVT rescue and then a fall assault mission. Last night we had a patrol patrolling around the mosque. We had some noise complaints. They got ambushed, and a sniper blew off the knees of the captain leading the patrol. Apparently he's some important guy, so our platoon has been tasked with going and rescuing him and his squad. The way we're going to accomplish our mission is we're going to have Sphinx and Kennett, squad 2 and 3, running infantry in the 2 trans, along with command, and Expert will be running the 2 warriors IFE squad. We're going to insert the 2 trans squad north in refinery. We're going to have them dismount and then maneuver silently and stealthily down to the edge of refinery. We're going to have them scan the buildings across refinery before crossing. We are then going to cross in this formation, follow in cover, single file formation, in cover of the building. Down south to the southmost friendly fob mark. We're then going to cross the road, fire team by fire team, till we're on the opposite side of the road. We're then going to go reinforce our HVT, and we're going to set up perimeter around defending him. While this is going on, we're going to have Squad 1 Expert. He's going to be setting up in the desert using his Bradleys to play for information, try and locate where the enemy fobs are, and he's going to have the rest of his infantry that are not manning the vehicles in a 360 perimeter around them. That means I want you guys head on a swivel, spaced out, pulling proper 360 security about 60 to 70 meters away from the vehicles.
Command? Hold one.
Like I said, once we locate the two FOBs, we're then two anti-aircraft guns. Excuse me. We're then going to have Canet Squad maneuver with Expert Squad to eliminate them. Expert Squad is going to provide suppressive fire with the Bradleys and the infantry. We're going to have Canet maneuver onto them. If we need assistance, we'll have Sphinx maneuver off as well and continue helping the assault. Primary objective: secure this HVT. Once we secure him, then we're going to look for the secondary objective, which is looking for the anti-aircraft guns. Once those have been eliminated, we'll then call for evac with the helicopters. If our HVT is killed, we are then to retake the building and defend the body until we can get that reinforcements. Alright, does anyone have any questions? ROE for X Squad is fire at will. If you see a bike coming in, just call it out while engaging. For Canet and Sphinx, if I hear a misfire, I'll kill you, I swear to God. But also your ROE is fingers off trigger unless you're being engaged, alright? We're going to play this stealthily. We're going to try and maneuver in, get this guy as secure as stealthily as possible before making a lot of noise, destroying their two FOBs. Chain of command, if I go down, we're going to go 1, 4, 3, 2, and then a fire and lead with the lowest number. Does anyone have any questions?
I do.
What's your question?
Can HVT leave the building he's in?
No, he did. The HVT had his knees blown off. He's delusional. He's lying around. We don't want to touch him. We want to wait for these medevac professionals on the whatever helicopter the British get to come bandage him up and get him out. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you Chinook. Anyone else have any questions?
No, you're mad.
Alright, cool. We're gonna live. Mount up, boys. Let's have a good one.
Nej, det vet väl Days.
Alright. The British forces have completed their platoon briefing.
Jive,
they are beginning to find vehicles to move out with.
The front one, okay.
Alright, if we die...
They have a... I think they have a pretty sophisticated sort of attack, but they're going to take a different direction with it. They're going to come in straight down the north route, I believe.
Yeah, they're gonna enter from the refinery area, and going and looking at where they chose to put the high value target, and where the INS decided to put their AA in placement. They are across the street from each other, and they actually just parked the what's the Logitech right outside their door, just about. So, well, this should be interesting, because I can guarantee you, Jack is going to tell them to approach the building that whose squad is. It looks like Dwarf Squad is at, and I guarantee you they're going to try and take control of that building to defend the high value target. So it should be for some quick combat. We're gonna try and catch the tail end of the INS brief. We'll see if they've how they're going on that.
They're right now putting down some AA guns. They can't bring in some choppers to try and extract their guys. As long as we can keep at least one of the AA guns alive.
Pony?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, so as I was saying, as long as we can keep one of those AA guns alive, we can prevent them from doing a helicopter extraction. If we lose both the AA guns, we'll have 15 minutes before those choppers show up. So if we lose both, then get on trying to find and kill that British, HVT pretty quick. Because if we can drag his body through the streets, it's almost as good. Not quite as good, but almost. So we can still, not come out of this with a total loss. Now, we're not really going to focus on defending the AA guns, though. We're just going to happen to be located in the way that the one that SL4 is at is going to be very hard to get to. The rest of you, Evan and company, are going to go up to F7 and F8 and kind of bum around there and see if the rescuers come in that way. Dwarfs guys down at Oasis, we able to see if they're headed where to the courtyard area. Maybe they stashed him down one of those 2 stories in a real crafty-like manner, so that way they could rush all their forces down there and just kind of dismount and occupy the area, because that would be very effective. Or it's possible they stashed him up by Mosque, or even by that kind of side route over in G8 on the very side where Dorf is at, because they're harder to get to, but they have the advantage of being very difficult to search. So if the insurgents were trying to search for the guys instead of search for the rescuers, that would be a real inconvenience to them instead of an urban hell that he can use to annihilate anyone who tries to rescue anyone. Don't take too many risks, your lat, because they do have a couple of warrior IFVs. Those things are very nasty. The 35mm HE is a big bad gun, and the 30mm HE is big bad. You don't want to get shot by that. So ambush it, try and hit it in the ass if possible, or at the side. Don't try and shoot it from the front. That's not going to do very much damage, and we do all the damage on these things we can. Any question? Oh yeah, and Brisinger's squad, you're going to the right side. Bird Person squad, you're kind of splitting between the left and right side of the road. Crossing the road, very dangerous. They could set a warrior up, just shoot all of us. So definitely toss smokes, and also try to not do it very often. We're only going to have you guys crossing the road once we figure out where the Brits are headed, and we're going to try and cross you as early as possible, so the warriors don't have time to set up and murder all of you. Also, the SB Technical is just going to go hunt the warriors and kill them from the sides. That's going to be great. It's just going to drive around the map border looking for the warriors, and when we find out where the warriors are, it'll just go shoot them in the butt and kill them. Cool? Everyone all good? Seems legit? Cool. Your squad leaders?
How many people? How many people are next to the HBT? What kind of escort does he have?
We think a full section of British infantry, a 9-man section, is guarding him. Because there was a foot patrol running around, and there's just a truck sitting in the middle of downtown with no one in it. So we're pretty sure the foot patrol managed to find him and hold up somewhere.
If
but we're
we
not
are
able
able to,
if we are able to find them, we kill them. Yes.
Are we able to kill the captive?
Oh, for sure. Shoot him right in his face, or stab him because he can't fight back.
He's injured.
He's injured. Yeah, he's injured. He's very badly injured. We clipped him real good. So.
Underhand a grenade right in front of him.
Yeah, do that. Plant an IED at your feet and blow both of you up. Once you clear your buddies out of the room, do whatever you want. Just kill them. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do I take my giant rocket launcher?
You are just bum around the city and wait for the warriors to show up, and then if the warriors drive into the city, you just kill them.
Suggestion: put him in fringe. Because if they take that bridge.
Devilish suggestion. Which is except that I'm not sure if they're gonna go south. Your squad leader will figure out a good place for you. Evan just suggests that in blood comps that doesn't decide whether he wants to do that or not. Anyways, everyone just rake them out, and we're just gonna get ready for live.
All right, listen, motorbikes, go 2.
Hey, can my SPG crew take the crewman kit if they want?
All right, so the VIP is in the left building. You can see all the blue outlines. He's one of those people prone on the ground. The right building here is one of the AA sites. And, yeah, that's within 50 meters.
Yeah, definitely super close. This should be really interesting, especially if Pony doesn't put as much emphasis on holding these sites and immediately has these guys pushing out, clearing buildings. We could see contact within a matter of minutes, and live will be in a minute and a half. Live 134.
Yeah, and these guys are all on the first floor, actually.
Yeah, so that's what makes me think, just from their positioning. We didn't manage to catch the brief, but you guys got to catch the tail end of brief. I don't think he's going to put too much emphasis on the brief and or on holding these buildings, and he's just going to push off. And
matter of fact, he's got one of the scouts here in the AA squad. So maybe he's going to have some sort of shenanigans with this scout if they were able to peek one of the UK soldiers over here through the window, which, I mean, it's going to happen eventually.
The briefings, love it. Yeah,
I'm not entirely
the
sure
briefings
who
are awesome.
the HVT is, actually.
Atomic Peach is the HVT, and he's at the very top of the building.
It's real shit.
Oh, I see him.
Atomic Peach is lying prone at the very top of the building. I don't know how he got shot in the middle of the room or his kneecap blown off while he was on the top floor. That's a very impressive shot by the INS sniper. But he's incapacitated. He's just going to lay there moaning for a little bit.
Yeah,
Live in a couple seconds.
He must have been shot from the actual other AA gun emplacement building, which is all the way out here as we go live close to Oasis, which is actually, I think I heard this before. I think the UK actually already spotted it.
INS are already pushing out to clear this building. They're already pushing out to the building. Silas is going inside the building. Silas knows what buildings. They're already.
I heard footsteps.
All right. All right.
I hear footsteps.
They hear. This is Silas. He knows. He knows they're there. He's running away. Silas is just immediately gonna run away.
I think he's gonna go up the opposite building as much as he can and shoot a rocket up. I think he's loaded a frag.
He does have a frag.
Oh, he did, and then he switched back.
Is it the one on the road or is it the one like?
The rest of the INS are pushing through the town. All the vehicles are pushing through the town to sort of get mines set up on any of those MSRs. SPG Tech is going to push out to the west. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the British. We'll see. We'll follow these guys in.
I think he spotted. I think the AA building got spotted from. Oh, look at this. He might have heard. He might have heard the rally. Or does the rally make noise? I forget.
The rally makes like a thunk when it goes out, and the British don't have a radio with their high value target.
Let's see. That was.
Warriors already taking rocket fire from the U.S. or from the INS.
Yeah, they landed as an SPG.
In here.
No, they don't. I bet you they're steer attack.
Just hold the staircase. Have everyone.
Here comes a scout. He's got his IED out.
They know we were
And he's pulling his gun out, I think.
I don't know.
They got a buddy pair, I guess, attacking this building, sort of harassing. I guess they know they're there. They must have spotted.
They're just gonna surround them. It looks like. Yeah, Silas and HML holding the building, effectively surrounding the INS, or effectively surrounding the British force as the INS just pours in from the south.
Okay, command. I'm going to ask them to respawn and going to drop down.
Alright, hurry up.
The INS is just gonna pour in here. It looks like they're bringing up a bike. This is an IED, almost guaranteed.
What if they're putting an IED on the bike?
They stop right next to us.
It has to be an IED.
They put them around.
Oh my god, if they put an IED.
Oh, it's just it's an ant pile that was just disturbed, and they're gonna swarm in on these British forces. The Brits are so fucked.
Please do something.
I'm scared. This is so bad.
Just calm.
Here we go. The first INS elements now enter the building.
British forces have just gotten to refinery, and they're pushing slowly towards the U.S.
Another frag goes into the side of the HVT building. They're checking the first. They're checking the first floor.
They're moving as quickly as they feel possible. The British are, but they've still got to move.
Here comes someone checking the second level.
If you hear me yell, the third floor.
Yeah, Gark and Cataclysm are the first British forces that the INS are going to come into contact with.
You guys are 4th and 5th.
A lot.
Coming upstairs.
There's still 2 people INS checking the second floor, and now they're going back downstairs. Nope, they're looking for the staircase to go up to the third floor.
Gark takes out Thurman Merman. Jaws nopes out of there, and he just immediately backs out.
That's bad.
Thurman Merman first to go down for the U.S.
They definitely know. Okay,
But
yeah.
they know they're there now. That is their surprise.
IEDs?
They're placing an IED. They can hear them digging an IED.
Of course, why would you need to dig an IED? Another frag rocket goes into the building.
And Pony's actually not putting too much pressure on the building itself. They've only got the 2 guys who have moved in there. Everybody else looks like they're moving to flank or coming from a side. Jack's guys making consistent movement.
The UK forces have now gone up to the 4th floor. They are adding sandbags on the 4th floor to reinforce it.
So, oh, you know what? That digging they heard? I bet that was the friendly digging because I didn't see anybody placing an IED. We saw, we can see the outlines.
I mean, like, why would you have to dig an IED in a building?
Okay,
that doesn't make sense.
Gart freaks out by his friendlies digging a sandbag. They see the floor, and they're now on the 1st floor. Chaotic Cloud watching the door. Jack squad almost in position. But contact's gonna happen here in the next couple seconds with Jack's main platoon as the
oh my god,
Ines and Allie. It's Allie and Allie fighting. They're on 2 different levels and they don't see each other. They are all out in the open. Both platoons, 100% out in the open. 2 go down to a grenade. Mr. Steele and Howler go down to that blind grenade.
2.
Creeping, no. Yeah, Creeping and Icon get shot. Another grenade. Oh, what a grenade.
And the Brits go straight into the buildings that are adjacent to them. And this is not good.
Oh, yeah, British are just getting destroyed right now as they get caught out in the open. Luckily, it looks like they've managed to get into some buildings.
We're getting so many different grid locations.
Some hard cover. But Jenkins is clearing this building top to bottom. He's already got 2 kills, and that leaves Jack Jodo and me, M. Timmons here. They don't know that anybody's on these floors above him.
Meanwhile, they've INS have recommitted their fire team, including looks like the command. No, this is Briesinger and no, this is command too.
Thanks, dude.
They're in the objective building.
Infantry. No, you have 5 pods and you can go.
Grenades coming in.
Grenade.
Sorry. Leave this in
Take as many as you want.
Here we go. 1 death. Grenade comes in.
Look, it's just a...
grenade.
5 go out to that grenade! Holy shit! Londar, Tomimoto, Nick Mantic go down to a grenade, and I believe 1 other. But, that was devastating for the INS as another goes down, leaving what was a full squad as they push through down to 4. Yeah, this is Best Pony trying to push. BCAR's on the HVT's on the very, very top floor.
Game over, man.
I'm still alive.
So they've still got at least 2 more floors to push through.
No.
Pony's going to add smoke here, and it's going to bounce really well for him. He's going to add another one.
Can you throw a nade?
Pony's got 5 floors to clear. They've got grenade cover.
Clark is calling for a nade. Here comes a nade. He's going to throw it into the corner.
Yeah, get on that.
Oh no, he's going to turn to the corner and throw it.
Grenade!
This down. They're stuck.
They're out.
Oh, they used the time.
The rest of the British forces are dead. All of the 2 squads that moved in with Jack are dead. It is just Jack left. So about 10 to 15 people.
Meanwhile, a couple INS get up into the same floor with Gark and Raider. They're holding off. There's a grenade throw. There's 1 more that was in the room. So there's 2 INS here left in the building.
Pony's reinforcing. He's got Evan, Platt, and Wave Function moving into to reinforce.
Just stay alive.
But it's getting pretty devastating for the INS right now. They're up a couple kills apparently, but I feel like they're just losing too many people to easy grenades and stuff. They should have a much bigger advantage.
It's too bad they're not using the IED tactic. I feel like it would be really good here, especially because in this side of the apartment, you can go all the way almost all the way around and plant that IED in a real good position.
Ooh,
Oh,
Tony
and
takes out
Raider.
Raider.
Third floor still up.
Gark is sort of in a weird position here. He's prone around the other side of the door frame. He might get one here. Yep.
So we're looking at the U.S. Or sorry, I keep saying U.S. The British. It's about even. British are down 15 people, but they've got about 14 kills.
Watching it.
Hey, I can chip on there if he needs.
So we've got about two squads on the British forces, and about.
Hey, Garth, if you need help, call me down.
2 squads on the INS forces, but Tony has the same problem that Jack had, where he had just people not in the fight, watching an objective that is basically useless. He's got 4 guys over watching an AA emplacement that is going to see no play.
I'm fully
HPT building. Gark is holding out here by himself. He's got another off angle on this door. And there's 3 INS pushing through.
I want to be.
One of
on
them
this building
this
right now, it's 6v3. There are 6 British watching this door, as we've got 3 people trying to assault Evan, Platt, and Stolen.
Whoever's left. Bradley's left?
And a trade. 1 bullet apiece. Gark goes down, and 1 more INS goes down.
Gark is dead. Gark's down. Gark's down. Gark's down.
They both shoot at the same time as the INS slices the pie. You couldn't get any closer to an exact trade 1-for-1 than I think you've seen right there. Now 2 INS.
So Warriors are actually, they're about 900 meters away from anywhere useful. They've got a full squad with them. So I need to see these Warriors move in, or they're just going to be alone with assets that aren't useful.
Don't be afraid to use nades back.
Is that when you moving around?
Stormfront is still talking in the HVT building. So Jack knows what's going on in there, but I don't think he understands just how many INS are around. If I was Jack, I'd be telling these Warriors they need to get in here now and try not to make any stupid decisions, but you need to move. And rightfully so. They're not going to take that central MSR. They're gonna move in from refinery, which they know is clear, or at least semi-clear.
INS are 2 floors below the HV, or where the next British contacts are. They're slowly massing for next push. There's 4 in the building right now, trying to hold it, trying to secure at least the bottom portion of it. And there are some other foot soldiers that seem to be coming around, or at least they're maneuvering.
This map has so many windows, it's scary to be underground. I completely agree with you. And
Jack's running around by himself.
Fatal funnels, these staircases are just so bad.
I think Jack's trying to push to the HVT building.
I just heard somebody in local. Jack has no more bandages and he's low health, and he's just trying to hook up with any remaining members of his team. Brits are surrounded. That is right, Crazy Irish. The Brits are 100% surrounded from below even. They are in the same building. So Jack is going to have to push through 4 INS with no bandages and half health before he even reaches his friendlies. That's even if he can get in his building.
Not to mention the AA building is going to have a lot of visibility on the road. He's got to cross the road and try to sneak up the backside of the buildings, because there is a rear entrance, I believe, to this multi-story where the UK are held up, where the HVT is held up, that Jack can use to get in. But it all depends on if he gets spotted right now.
They're inside the building. They're coming up. Let us know if you're coming up.
Just below us. He's right below us.
I think the LAT unit from the HVT squad tried to fire one out there. You hear the rumblings of the Warriors getting closer.
Getting slightly closer. They may be effective soon. There's a mine over here. Yeah, there's a mine here on this this central road, and it's not even dug. We'll see if the Warrior sees it.
I'm scanning. If I see any windows, I'll take it.
but the INS definitely know that the British are here. Crispy's in position to see this mine. Hopefully he doesn't, or hopefully he does spot it. He's looking at it.
Jack has found himself a off sort of angle on a rooftop to sort of try to peek through some windows. Maybe he can get a kill on some of the enemies that are inside. Of course, as he moves closer to this front half wall here, he could be spotted by the units that are garrisoned right outside the HPT building. He still has to try to cross this street and not get detected. Odds are he might actually do it if he pushes like right now. He's going to go down the street and push across.
INS taking pot shots on Squad 1, the reinforcing squad. Warriors are slowly moving up. They gotta do this like little switchback area in the refinery. But there's a mine here that I haven't heard been shouted out, so they might not know.
I didn't realize it was low.
Meanwhile, Jack is in the first floor. He's going to start working his way up.
Good luck, Jack. No bandages, low health.
There's a medic watching the third floor or second floor staircase.
All clear.
Gotta go Rambo, I'd say. Or even have somebody push from the top. Have a two-pronged attack, maybe, but that might be just too risky. I'd probably tell the guys to stay to stay on defense.
Well, the British are on the 6th floor.
Jack, if you're coming up side of the stairs, let us know.
I am coming up.
The British are on the 6th floor. A bunch of fire seems to be traded here.
Yeah, they're firing at the lats at the Warriors, but they're not effective.
They launched them all, man, and we're good to go.
Alright, need to pair across the street and get in the bottom story of the building that is to our southwest.
Copy, who volunteers to come with me?
Jack can get support at the same time.
Here
Yeah,
comes
if
Jack.
this squad
Around the
one,
corner, the medic's not looking. He drops the medic.
Got one.
JTech,
medic
if
stopped.
Jack can
The
get
medic
these
looked
squad
around.
one, there's a chance for the British still a chance.
Now they know.
Jack, if you're coming up, my dude.
Now they know Jack could be coming from the floor below.
You're still alive. You're still alive.
I killed one. I took fire from across the road.
Okay, there's still people in the building. On your floor. On your floor.
So there's 14 INS to 13 actually, I didn't even count the Warriors. 17 British. So the British are actually up in kills. And if Expert Squad can push in and help Jack clear out the high value target building, the British can lock this down and get into defensive positions before the any of the remaining INS forces can sort of reinforce.
You want to get the Bradley to shoot at it?
Warriors, actually, this warrior's gonna run over this mine, I bet.
Alright, looks like Jack is just going to hold back and maybe try to catch some reinforcements.
Now the INS are scared. Exactly. Now the INS are not in a great spot.
I saw that last one, but I'm not
If
sure.
any squad can do it, or if any squad league can get these guys moving and effectively clear out these buildings, it's going to be Expert. So it's actually very fortunate that he's still alive. I say that he's probably going to go down.
Yep, there's a LAT unit that's just taking some pot shots with his SKS onto Squad 1.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Warriors are going to move from here. Rightfully so, they're going to try and use range. And they're actually may catch pain and silent as they move in to try and flank. I'm going to go ahead and follow one in as they get closer.
Expert is holding back in a window.
Oh, Crispy gets shot by acid.
Yeah, this reinforcement squad is going to get cut off. It needs more of the warrior support. But
Yeah,
as it
I'd
gets
say so.
closer...
At this point, just use your assets. You have them, might as well use them. They've already fired a handful of rockets. I actually wasn't counting. If I was one of the drivers, I actually might have been counting how many rockets they have. Just so I know what kind of assets they might have. Just a general
There goes
idea.
Expert.
Expert goes down. Unfortunate for them. Leaving
Stylus
Snoopy,
drops him.
Shifty, Lil Bump, and Zeke sort of push through this.
He was ammo dry, and looks like Zeke pushed around the corner there. He ended up getting had to reload. Yeah, INS had this. INS had this on lock.
Jack is clearing.
Oh,
Jack is
someone's
clearing.
coming down.
Wave function might see it. Who's gonna have? Oh, Jack goes down.
Jack's gone. Jack's gone.
Unfortunate. You get to the second floor. Nice try. Leaving 5 INS, or yeah, 5 INS plus the high value target, or sorry, 5 British with the high value target there. Ooh. HE rounds comes in and hurts. Kills 1. Right? No, he's yeah, it actually killed somebody. It did. It killed Evan. Evan SMA goes down, leaving Stolen Snowman and Wave Function to watch the building. Great job on the Warriors to finally get the action. IED goes off. Team killing more than it actually killed. So great job. HMO. Very unfortunate for him. But that's fine. Leaves a little bump and shifty to sort of try and reinforce the high value target. I'm ready for this. Yeah, Warrior's gonna run over the mine if he doesn't see it. Warrior may run over the mine.
This floor should be clear because that's where the AD went off.
Jive Gorilla top gun, not paying attention. Oh, they see the mine. They saw the mine.
I can guide you around it, I see it. Go hard right. You're by the hit it. Reverse.
Oh, I know, I kind of want to dig it.
Alright, then dig it, get out, I'll cover you.
Alright, they're gonna dig the mine. Cool, they spotted it. Way to be observant. Way not to give us a good show. That would have been nice to see a Warrior blow up by mine. But fine. You're gonna save your assets. Let's see. For infantry-based reinforcements, we've got Low Bump, Shifty, and Snoopy. That's the only kind of infantry that are going to be able to reinforce the high-value target. So it's 8 versus the 2 in the building, plus the 4 on the outskirts. British are technically up.
Yeah, the Warriors are in a pretty commanding position right now. They actually killed one of the... I'm pretty sure they killed one of the insurgents that were in the building. Or somehow.
Can they carpet bomb the town? Unfortunately, carpet bombing is not in the game, so they're not going to be able to demolish any of these buildings. But the Warriors are doing just fine. It's basically not allowing the INS to push up any of the buildings. And it looks like they caught sight of Revy B and Tirpitz building. Damien goes down from low bump. These flanking squads may be able to do it. This 3-man fire team.
Yeah, this UK fire team over here with low bump in charge seems like it's got a pretty good position. It's got some height on.
Oh, Revy B and Tirpitz make it across, no problem.
It looks like everyone made it across okay. Silas is still in the building. I'm pretty sure he knows there's folks in the building.
Yeah, he killed X-Bit coming from that direction, so he knows there's at least some people over there.
Of course, if he goes too close to the window, the Warriors are going to take a shot at him.
Going for piss, better not in the game. We'll try not to in the game. It's getting close, though. We've got 4, 5 INS in the immediate areas. We've got Silent and Pain, who look like they're trying to make their way to reinforce them. And we've got 4 people left from the squad that's defending the high value target. 5 people left for the guys defending the value target, and 3 guys trying to reinforce.
Storm, what do you want to do with our current position?
This isn't over.
They're pushing up the HBT building again. They got
they are fun guys watching.
They got more INS numbers now.
But they've got that defender's advantage.
They would be swarming.
They're not going to have much time. They're going to need to push this before a little bump gets their squad movement. The HE round penetrated the wall.
Give him some morphine or something. Shut the fuck up.
It exploded in the stairs.
Silas is just denying those guys pushing across the street.
That's kind of weird.
Matter of fact, he denied a low bomb, so that command element is dead.
Bradley, you should keep up the fire.
It's gonna follow the. It looks like the INS are gonna try and push back up the stairs. We'll see if they how they try to move.
Fuck.
Here comes the grenade.
They're tossing grenades.
Oh, the grenade's falling back downstairs.
Watch yourself.
Not a great grenade. Oh, stolen walks by the wrong window. The warrior just destroys him.
Yep. I heard
This warrior's just denying them. Yeah, the warriors are in a great
Slow
spot.
down. INS seem committed to this push now. Fun guy's watching the stairs, and he's got one other person on this floor with him.
Oh, it's Fun Guy and Cookie Jar watching this door. Wave function looking like he's gonna want to peek note. Turpitz is gonna peek with the grenade. Same idea. He's gonna toss a grenade. They're gonna push. Good grenade. Good grenade.
Gets Fun Guy to move out of the way.
Push. Revy on point. He takes out Fun Guy. Cookie Jar only one left on the wall. Or left on the floor.
They know he's in here.
Yeah, they know he's here. Wave function goes down. Revy B goes down. Cookie Jar hit. Don't bandage, Cookie. Don't bandage. Don't. Oh, okay. Grenade goes in. That's it. He's dead. There's no way out of that for him.
Meanwhile, Shifty and Snoopy are pushing up behind.
Yeah, this is the only person left. Turpitz is the only person left trying to push into the building. Silent went down somewhere.
Upstairs.
Looks like Payne and Turpitz are the only
They're in
people
between
left for the
you-
INS.
No, Fun Guy's down. Fun Guy is down.
Yeah, Shifty and
Right behind
Just
Snoopy.
you down there, Fulcrum.
They're chasing him up the stairs.
Oh, he's reloading. He
On the
hears
same
Snoopy,
floor.
I think.
Yeah, he sees Snoopy. That's the Raider for you.
And the Raider, he's going straight
Copy
into
that.
it. Oh,
He looks the wrong way. Fulcrum
he
gets
got
him.
hung up in the wire. That's what happened.
Yeah. Let's see. It looks like Payne is the only INS left. What can he do? I want to see this to the end, then I need to sleep. We're almost to the end.
Yeah,
We
I
got
can
one
hear you,
more
Top
INS.
Gun.
Yeah, man.
You gotta make one last hurrah.
They're defending
soon.
the.
I just got
Alright,
here.
they're
How far
defending
in?
the floors
Unfortunately,
below
Huntington
us
Canyons,
currently.
We
need you to
almost
move up
to
the
end of our
stairs
second
systematically
round.
and clear them out.
But you can't catch it as soon as it's done. Twitch does save it. Payne is tossing smokes. He saw somebody. Takes a shot. Basically giving away his position. But I think he knows this is what he's got.
He wants to go up in the building. He just wants
Yeah.
to try. I think everyone's prone except for one guy up at the top. Oh, no,
Yeah.
he's... Yeah. He thinks he's surrounded by warriors, and he is.
Yeah, he basically is.
Matter of fact, the warrior tries to put itself into the building for good measure.
Warriors actually did a lot of work this round. Just to check, yeah, 4 kills and 2, so 6 kills between the Warriors, which is, it's pretty good for a 1 life event. They actually
they've
abandoning one of the Warriors.
I think they've abandoned both of them.
You're right. I didn't even realize that one was off too. No, who
They
needs the
turned the
Warriors?
engines off, and yeah, I mean, why need them? They got to push to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's killing himself.
No.
Okay.
He's tossing grenades.
I don't know. I mean, that was just a random grenade.
British ground-based medevacs inbound. INS must prevent the escape. Yeah, the INS, if they had been more aggressive early on, they might have been able to overwhelm them. But at that same time, they were. It's not like they weren't aggressive, but they were losing like 3 and 4 grenades at a time.
Yeah, there was some pretty bad trades, especially when that grenade killed 3 people in the stairwell. and especially when they pushed that floor. There goes another grenade.
Yeah, and it happened more than once. Is why, well, basically how it turned for the INS.
Yeah.
Just follow Pain in. He gets in the Warrior, might have a chance. He steals the Warrior. Unfortunately, we don't have the Squad Ops mod. In the Squad Ops mod, some vehicles are able to be stolen. But this is just... we're on the mod? No, we're not on the mod. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we're on the mod. Yeah. We're not on the mod. Barton here telling me we're on the mod. We're not on the mod, so this is just a vanilla game. Well, vanilla server map.
Using, vanilla layer.
Vanilla layer. We're not able to steal. In the mod, they are able to steal vehicles sometimes. Pain is...
Yeah, we're all
Pain is here. Let's see if he can push in. This is where he's gonna see it.
1G3 against the world.
Clearing.
And he has no grenades. He's already thrown both.
Or is this a ground medevac? Okay.
Top Bun sees him and takes him out.
Second floor. They're coming.
And that's all she wrote. That's it. I believe that's it. That is it. Yeah, and it was actually really close. They were down to 5 British forces by the end. High value target makes it out. We'll see. Atomic Peach, was he worth it? Was he worth saving at the cost of so many British lives? Only the time will tell. So thank you everybody for watching. If you if you liked what you saw, check us out, squadops.gg, and check our website out. If you want to give us a follow, if you like the content, we enjoy doing this as long as you guys like watching it. Check us out, twitch.tv/squadops. If you want to donate to us, we will post a link in the chat right now. It's squadops.gg/donate, and all of that stuff. Any donations go towards helping us with our server costs and any kind of maintenance that involves. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, B-Car, for being co-commentator. Thank you, Barton, and for being all of the things behind the scenes. And thank you for all of our POVs. Thanks to all the POVs we had on the ground. And thank you, event admins, for helping make sure these events run smoothly. Without these guys, without all the guys behind the scenes, we wouldn't be able to do this for you. And so we will check you guys out on Wednesday, I believe, is when our next event is. Let me go ahead and give you what event it actually is.
It's an open op, so
it is an open op. Yeah, it is our open op. If you don't have basic, and the event is called not loading. Oh, Nitro. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, event is Operation Nitro. So if you're interested, check us out, and we will catch you next time, guys.